today you will decide about the future of our section, which is really amazing. And we will be listening to candidates for different board positions, and we will decide about their approval on these positions. And as you may heard, we are recording these elections so we can upload them on YouTube later. So I hope everybody agrees with this. And in case you don't agree, now you have the time and opportunity to say it. If no, let's not waste more time. And I will just quickly tell you what are we going to speak today about. At first, our president, who is still president yet, Vojta, will tell us some welcoming words. And then I will walk you through the formalities. And by the way, my name is Patrick. Most of you know me already. I'm an HR, and I will be moderating today's session. So I will explain some formalities and some rules of the proper voting and speaking and everything. Then there will be a presentation with the summary of the mandate from Vojta and Maruška. After this will be the first proposal and first voting about the changes of our statutes. And there will be voting about them and announcing the results. After this, we will have a short coffee break just to catch our breath and take something to drink. And after this, the main part starts with the candidacies for the position of president, causes manager, events manager, and then we will discuss all the candidates without them, and then the main voting. So let's now move on. And I would like to ask Vojta to tell us some introductory words, and let's continue with our program. So Vojta Bartoška.
Thank you, Paťo. My name is Vojta, and I'm current president of ESN VUT Brno. I was a bit covered by Paťo at the beginning, but I would also like to welcome you here on the General Assembly of ESN VUT Brno. It's for the first time, I'm not sure if first time, but it's going to be in English. So I hope you will enjoy it, and I wish all of the candidates good luck. And I hope they will also enjoy their presentation. They will find sufficient answers for our questions, and we will all meet tomorrow to celebrate it.
Thank you very much, Vojta. I send you my virtual applause. And let's now continue with the presentation and with the promised formalities. First of all, we have to vote about our some secretary and about our election committee. And this election will be public, so everybody will see who's voting for and who's voting against. And just to assure that all the people with the votes are here, we will first do the quorum check. And I will now speak the names of the people, and you will say the answer for the question you can see now in the presentation. And Joško will count these votes, and later we will check if everybody is here. So first of all, I would like to ask Vojta if he likes pandas.
Oh, yes.
Okay, now Joško Zuzelka.
Yes, sorry, I was muted.
Okay. Now me, I like pandas as well, and I like pandas very well. Even I put on my panda t-shirt, but it's not seen very properly on the screen. And the next one is Apolenka.
Yes.
Next one is Maťoš Pernoga.
Yes.
Joe, do you like pandas?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and how about Maruška?
Yes.
Jakub Dosedel?
Yes.
Vali, our former president. Vali, do you like pandas? Yes, she shows yes. Now Michal Miška.
Yes.
Now Hanka Halová. Hanka, do you like pandas? So we will get back to her later. Terka Semrádová.
Yes.
Okay, and Hanka texted yes in the chat. So we probably couldn't hear you before. Jirka Soukup.
Yes.
Klára Kubíčková. Okay, Klárka texted as well. Tom Kantor, who has delegated the vote for Joško. So Joško will answer for Tom.
Yes.
Now Jirka Kreisinger.
Yes.
Okay. Jakub Leischner.
Yes.
And Martin Salini, who has delegated vote to Joe. So Joe, please answer for him.
Kung for panda only.
Okay. So as I have opened the table, I see that everybody has voted. And this means that we can move on. And now we have to vote about the approval of the election commission. And to not make it too complicated, let's now speak only if you have something against. So if you do not agree, now please either raise your hand or write it in the chat. Otherwise, we consider that you approve of our election commission, and this is the right time to also introduce our election commission, first of which is Hurti, Adela Hurtová, so please wave us, and the second one is Peťa. Peťa, welcome. And I see no hands risen. Yes, Hurti, as always, and I don't see any other complaints. So I think we can consider our election commission as approved. So applause to you. And let's now move to the approval of our secretary. So the same thing as before. If somebody is against, just raise your hand or write it in the chat. Otherwise, we consider your vote as you are as approval. So our secretary is Terka Semrádová. Terka has her camera off, but welcome, Terka, and thank you. Again, I see no raised hands or no comments. So our secretary has been approved. And let's now move to the next formality, which are the attendee rights. Attendees are all of you, and you have right to vote in case that you have asked for the interested membership. And actually, we have done the quorum check already. So all the people with the votes already voted in our check. So we now know that everybody is here. And also the people with the delegated vote, they are voting for those who delegated their vote on them. And we will be having the discussions as well. And in these discussions, everybody can take place and participate. Question round. After each presentation of voting, or either candidate or the changes of status, there will be a question round. And the question round with Slido will be only for those candidates. And you can already open it. It's in the group. and you can there type your questions for the candidates. Please don't forget to put there your name, just as you see on the picture, and you can ask whatever you want to the candidates and to their position, about their position. We have also some rules of decency. Yeah, Joe already posted the Slido, so you don't have to search for it. Thank you very much. And the rules of decency are about the speaking in a respectful tone. We are all friends here, and we don't want to stress anybody, or we don't want to laugh or make fun at anybody. So please keep that in mind, that we are here in a formal way. And if you have some question and it has been already answered, don't repeat it, just say covered. Follow the time schedule. As I showed you the agenda, we have a limited time for each participant for each topic, so please keep that in mind as well. And follow the code of conduct, ESN International. So this is basically no discrimination, no violent or inappropriate comments. I think we all know this, and we are treating each other in a respectful way anyway. Just some points about the voting itself. Each person with interested membership dispose one vote, with the exception of the persons with delegated vote. This means that basically what I said before, that if somebody delegated his vote on other person, this person will be voting in the name of the one who delegated the vote. And we will be voting about the new president, new events manager, and new causes manager. Some voting details. We already approved our election committee, so they will be holding the votings, and they will tell you definitely more details. But just briefly, those votings will be anonymous. They will be through a doodle, and you will receive the link into your email. Then don't forget to check into your spam, because sometimes it falls into spam. And candidates will be elected in the case that they will receive at least half of the votes of all members with interested memberships. This was all about the formalities, and now we know how to behave and how this will look like. And I would like to give the word again to Vojta, and he will walk us through the quick summary of his mandate together with Maruška. So Vojta, please speak.
Thank you, Paťo. Paťo, you can change to next slide. I'm not going to talk about my mandate itself. I will be talking in plural most of the time, because all of these achievements we did as a team. And my presentation, it's called Summary of the Mandate, aka COVID Right. So you can see that there is a small hint in this name, because our mandate was quite a lot affected by COVID. You can go to the next slide, Paťo. So let's start with the plans. At the beginning, we had quite a new board with motivated members, and our candidacies were full of nice plans and ideas. Actually, thanks to COVID, we need to change most of them. But from my perspective, the main goal was this quote, what says, allow everyone to develop in their own way, and when they are lost, show them the direction. And I think that it just suits to the situation, especially in online world. And I was following this all of my mandate. Next slide, please. So let's go to the reality. How you know, we spent almost whole year online. We only had few events offline, and you may think that it must be terrible, but from my point of view, it's total opposite. And at the end, it was an advantage, because this new situation implicates new solutions. What means that we did things differently, and we were looking for new ways how to handle our section. Next slide, please. So what did we achieve? Here is the list of the main things we achieved. The first thing I want to mention is quick adaptation to the current situation, because our board and also members, we were flexible, we did fast and reasonable decisions, and I was really glad about this. We also moved our section into English, so it's the main language now. It means that our general and board meetings are in English. Also, we translate our wiki and the new documents, all of them are in English as well. We were also focused on international members, and we recruit 2 of them who help us during the semester with events and so on. We also spent some time with board and coordinators structure. We will be voting about it today as well. We did new merch, including bags. We are working on t-shirts and hoodies. And last thing, we started upgrade of Panda Point. So I think that if it will be possible and you will go back to there, you will be surprised how it looked there. But it's still in progress. So I think it will be ready for next board in September. Let's move to the next slide. And the most important things are international students, what is the main service of our organization. We still managed to have various online events. It means we had famous quiz nights, presentation of nations, also adventure times. We moved or changed some of the offline events to fit the current measures as Amazing Race and so on. We also managed to have like successful welcome week at January, thanks also to the cooperation of our with the university. And Patja, you can put it on the full screen. Not sure, I lost the presentation.
Me as well.
But now
we lost Patja.
Really, because I can see it from my perspective, and now I put it on the whole screen.
I manually chose Patio from the list of people in the call, and now I can see it.
Okay, so please try to pick me manually if you can.
Yeah, I have it. Sorry. We also provide support and help to our students. And we were focused on pickup and buddy system. We investigate quite a lot of time into that, but to be honest, it wasn't working that well comparing to normal situation. Here you can see some memories or moments from the events. And most of the pictures I have are like print screens, but still I can find there some like real person pictures. Let's go to the next slide, Padjo. And what about our members? We were focused on one of the causes of ESN, which is called skills and employability, because of the situation and the fact that we weren't able to meet in person with students. The biggest benefit for our members was to invest into them, into their skills. So with that, we also did like 4 big online team buildings. They were called by movies. They were kind of connected to that. We also did few workshops alone and also in Brno Academy. We did 2 big recruitment events. One was called Get to Know ESN. The second one, Become a Superhero in ESN. We also managed to organize some offline events and meetings, and we keep our cooperation in Brno United. You can go to the next slide, Pacho. And so you can see still we did quite a lot of things. It was just the general overview, but all of this was possible thanks to Next slide, Patio, please. Our amazing board. So I would like to thank all of them, Matio, Tereska, Patio, Apcha, Jojo, and Maruška. They were all the time pushing hard. They had every week new ideas and so on. And it was like my pleasure to work with them. And I think that after this mandate, they are still full of energy and they just collect a lot of memories. From my point of view, I think that all of them grow a lot, and I also grow thanks to them. So thank you a lot, and I hope that we will stay in touch and maybe cooperate in future as well. Next slide, please. And it's not only about the board, but we also had and still have amazing active members. You can see most of them here on the print scheme from last meeting. They are not all of them there, but the main, I think, you can find them. So thanks to them, we were able to do online events. They also managed to support international students, and they did great work. And again, it was my pleasure to be in one team with them. Next slide, Pajo. So that's all from me. Thanks a lot. And yeah, it was kind of COVID ride, but I still think that we enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Vojta. Please give him a virtual applause. And now the second part of the presentation will be held by Maruška, who is our active member for many, many years. And he will walk us through her mandate and her nice memories. And sorry, I didn't mean it in the way that she's old. She's really young and beautiful, as you can see. So now, Maruška, please, it's your time.
Yes, thank you, Patja, very much. So, yeah, great. Actually, I will not only be speaking about the last mandate, because as most of you know, I have been around for, as Patja said, a lot of years, quite a long time. So I would like to begin with my first elections. If you could move to the next slide, which took place in May 2019, 2 years ago. And this picture is actually from different elections, but I didn't have a better one from these. So I hope you're all right with this. Basically, I was pretty immature in ESN back then. I didn't really know what I was applying for, and it was a great surprise. So my expectations were kind of, different from the reality, I would say, and my goals were weird and unreachable. When I look back, I actually read my candidacy from back then, and I kind of laughed. Anyways, I think that I adapted quite quickly, and I started liking the local representative position and representing our section real soon after the beginning of my mandate. I think that we can move on to the next slide. Thank you. And I decided to actually also candidate for another mandate in May 2020. And I had a lot of fun with also different people from ESN Czech Republic and ESN International, but also from VUT. And I got very comfortable in the position of local representative, and I hope that, as I think, you also think that I did my best. Yes, then there was the last election in September. During my mandate of, let's say, like a year and a half, I was actively trying to search for a successor, which was unsuccessful, so I just decided to continue. But I think that even the last mandate gave me a lot, because I worked with a different team that was great, and it gave me a lot. So the next slide, please. And now it is 2 years after being elected for the first time. to the local board of ESN VUT Brno. And yes, so now I'm actually finishing with my position of local representative. That is actually finishing with me. There is not going to be any other local representative person, which is weird. So it's an end of an era. But yeah, as you may know, I was approved a national board member for the next, let's say, academic year. So I'm looking forward for this next step in my ESN journey, and I think that I will never forget about ESN VUT Brno that made me who I am today. So next slide, please. I would also like to end this presentation with a big thank you, especially to the people that I worked the closest with, who was our partnership manager, Marta, and also our webmaster, Lukáš. And yeah, I have enjoyed this ride immensely. So thank you for your support, your feedback, and your patience as well. That will be all from me.
Thank you very much, Maruško. Also, virtual applause for you as well. I can't even imagine our section without you and without local representative. It almost got a tear into my eyes. So thank you very much once again. And let's now proceed with our agenda. And I would like to ask Vojta again to speak about the first serious thing today, which is changes of our status. So Vojta, from now on, it's yours, and tell us what is going on with this.
Yeah, so I will explain why we want to change our status, and I will just go through these changes, and there's actually only one change, and I will explain why we propose this and what's the current situation and so on. So at this time, the current board has 7 members. The board consists president, vice president, HR, treasurer, events manager, communication manager, and local representative. And our proposal is up to the change of these members, actually 2 of them. If you, Paťo, can go to the next slide. So the change is includes the local representative position, and we want to cancel this position, and you can ask why we want to cancel it. And there is just one main reason, and it's that our local representatives community in network in ESN CZ doesn't exist anymore, and it was replaced by president and vice president community, what means that a local representative doesn't have like any special informations from national level just now. He's just, or she is not in that channel, so she doesn't know what's happening and so on. So it doesn't make sense to have the local representative. Now, other point is that there was a change in the mailing list. So national and international emails, all of them are now sent to entire board. And last argument, but it's not like important one, but I just wrote it down there, and it's about the difficulties with finding new candidates for this position. So you can also ask what will happen with agenda of the local representative. So here are the main points of agenda. The section delegation at national level, what means national assemblies and so on, it will be up to vice president. The voting will be under president, and if he's not able to participate actively during national events, he can delegate his vote to vice president. Sorting emails and orders, what includes ESN cards, Vodafone cards, and so on, at the beginning of the semester, it will be in agenda of vice president. At this time, local representative has two coordinators. One of them is partnership manager. This coordinator will move under communication manager because they cooperate together a lot and it's more connected, and it makes more sense that these two positions are in one team. And second coordinator, called webmaster, will move under HR because on the website, the website is important for welcome week, like for the beginning of the semester, and it makes sense to have the webmaster under HR because they need to keep updated all of the information about new semester and so on, about welcome week and this stuff. So because of that, we propose to move like webmaster under HR. You can go to the next slide, Pacho. And we were thinking about this cancellation of local representative and about the board itself. And it makes sense for us to keep 7 members in boards. It has more reasons. One of them is that if you have more people in board, you can do like more work. You can just divide it more consistently. And other big reason is that like number 7, it's better for voting. If we vote in board, you don't have like the same amount on both sides. And we were also thinking about the causes of ESN, which we implement quite a lot during our mandate, and we want to continue in that. So because of that, we propose to replace local representative position by causes manager. And what includes the agenda of causes manager? So basically the main point is organizing causes events. The second one is cooperation with Czech National Agency for International Education and Research. In Czech, it's called DZS. Also organizing charity kitchen equipment market, cooperation with causes coordinators in Brno United, and causes manager will be also responsible for our section sustainability. You can go to next slide, Pacho. So as you see, the agenda of local representative moved mostly to vice president. So you can have some question about this. So we also propose to change the agenda of vice president. What does it mean? So the cooperation with Czech National Agency for International Education and Research, it will be covered by causes manager. And this point, it's quite important, and vice president spent a lot of time on it, so his agenda will be much easier thanks to that. And also we decide that leading of the meetings will cover HR because he is the first person who new members meet, and it makes sense for us that he's also like leading the meetings because all of these members just know him the best. And about these responsibilities of vice president at national level, we were also thinking about changing the current system because now there is no voting for vice president. And if we increase the scope of his agenda, we were considering that this position could be also voted like others. But at the end, we still think that vice president cooperates mostly with president. So it seems reasonable for us to have this position selected by president. And also, you can ask like if the president will choose like bad person for that, we can have not that proper representation on national level. So this is actually like up to president, and it's up to him that he is supposed to select a responsible candidate. And yeah, that's probably it about these changes. So if I will just summarize it up, we want to, yeah, you can go to next slide, Pacho. You can see here at the picture the proposal of our change. So it means changing or replace local representative by causes manager. I wanted to explain the agenda so you understand to it, and in statutes, it seems like it's replace, but it's not like replace of agendas, it's only the positions. And we cover it in one voting because we don't want to vote twice. Firstly, for a cancellation of local representative, and secondly, for voting for a new causes manager. So it's basically it. We will still have 7 members of board, and we will have causes manager in board, what means that it will be more easy to be focused on causes and also to improve more the sustainability of our section. And now, if you have any question, just go ahead and you can ask them now. Just raise your hands. If there are no questions, we can move on to voting, but I will give like a few seconds space for you. So Jirka Kreisinger would like to speak.
Yeah, I had a question. Did you try to consider maybe when you vote for the president that his vice president is running with him, like with the elections around the world? So like when we vote for the president, we can see the vice president. I know it's probably a bit complicated because like getting a president is tough enough and getting 2 candidates is even more complicated, but just an idea, if that comes to your mind.
Do you mean that like with candidacy of president, he will also propose the vice president before the General Assembly?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I think we didn't think about this, and it could be hard. One of the point about the vice president and the voting, we face to the situation that almost every year it's difficult to find like new members to the board. So it was also one of the arguments that if the vice president is not voted, it's more easy to find the candidate for that position. And yeah, like your proposal, it's from my point of view, it's kind of difficult for like new president. He doesn't know if he's going to be elected, and he's already looking for a vice president.
Yeah, it was rather a question than a proposal. I just wanted to know if you were considerate or thinking about it. And I understand it's very difficult to get the president itself, and get 2 candidates at once can be really difficult. Thank you for the answer.
Okay, Marushka, you have a reaction?
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking about this like yesterday, which is cool. I didn't say, and I didn't tell anyone, but I was like thinking exactly, American president elections. So yeah, this idea was just in my head really recently, and I think that it would be cool.
Okay, Joe.
And did you also look to the situation of the other sections, like with the cancelled local representative or created causes manager as a board member?
Yes, we inspired from other section. Basically, most of them, they cancel the local representative position, and some of them, they have in board like partnership manager, or Mune has, for example, secretary. No one has causes manager in board, but we thought that it's like good solution to show and also to improve the causes. So that's it. We were discussing quite a lot, like a secretary position, that there we will have some person for this bureaucracy, let's say, and so on. But we didn't really like the proposed agenda, and it made more sense to change it how we propose. Okay, so if there are no other questions, we can move forward to voting.
So now I would like to ask our election girls to tell us more how elections will be held, and we can jump right into the voting.
Okay, so I will shortly introduce it. As Patja already said in the beginning, we'll be using a doodle for the voting because it enables us to have secret voting. You will now receive email to your email address, and you will have 10 minutes to vote. There will be always 3 options: yes, no, and abstain. And yeah, you just then send the vote. People that have delegated vote also check the second email. So that in total we should have 18 votes, and 2 statutes to be approved. We need at least 10 of them. Yeah, I guess that's it. If you have any problems and you cannot find the email, just check the spam and so on. And if you can't find it even there, just let us know and we will somehow solve it. So I guess, Petja, you can send the mails.
The mails are sending, but it's just one by one, so it takes some time.
You can already open your inboxes and don't forget to check the spam.
It should be done. Everybody should have the mail. So if somebody can't see it, as Patja said, check your spam or let us know, please.
We have 10 minutes for everybody to submit their votes, and then the girls from the election committee will announce the results. And by the way, I had it in my spam as well.
I think everybody already answered.
I think so too, but we have to wait till the time like passes. At least I think Petja did it like this. So we have to wait 6 more minutes.
No, it's okay. You can already see the results.
Okay. Then I will just put them in the presentation and present it.
So Martina will share her presentation with the results, and I can feel the tension in the air.
Okay, maybe I will present it because Horty has some problems. So I will share my screen. And the results are 18 votes for yes, 0 votes for no, and 0 for abstain. So congratulations, you have your statutes changes done.
Thank you very much, girls. That was pretty straightforward. And what comes now is a coffee break. So you can grab coffee, go to the toilet and something, and we will see each other in 5 minutes. So let's say at 17:57. So from now on, it's coffee break. Enjoy.
Are the presented results correct? Results of voting.
That's a good question, and probably this question is for our election committee.
Yes, no, we are very sorry. We had a misunderstanding. The voting results are 17 for yes and 1 for no. We are really sorry.
Okay, thank you very much. So just to repeat, we had 17 for yes and 1 for no for the changes of the statutes. And as this didn't affect the results in any way, so we approved the changes of statutes. And right now the real fun begins, because we are going to listen to our candidates and to their presentations. So I would just like to remind you the code of conduct of ESN International. Be nice, and I believe that the candidates might be a bit stressed, so don't be too harsh to them, but and at the same time don't hesitate to ask them the questions about their candidacy. Without any further disclosure, let's go to the candidacy for the position of president of Maťo Špernoga. So I will be presenting your presentation, Maťo, and I would like to give you the word, and you can speak right now.
Thank you, Patrick. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to my presentation, where I'm gonna show you something about me and about my plans. As you can see, I'm here presenting because of my ambitions to apply for a position of a president of the ESN VUT Brno. But we can go to the next slide. And as I promised, you can see my personal information here or on your screen. To sum it up, my name is Matěj Špernoga, and I've been studying the Faculty of Business and Management at BUT for 2 years now. And during my first semester at the university, I joined ESN. Since then, I became a communication manager twice, learned a lot about ESN and about our section. I gained a lot of skills, a lot of useful skills, and met an unbelievable amount of people, of amazing people, and I truly became much more self-confident. Why do I think I will be a good president? Well, I answered this question already in the application, and I wrote it there. But if I have to say something, I would definitely mention my excitement after the second mandate. I did almost everything what I planned. I mean, almost everything what I planned, and it suited me well. I had a lot of fun with my communication team, and I can see still amazing people around me, and I think there is still a lot I can give to this section, and there is still a lot this section and people in our section and in ESN at all can give to me. We can go to the next slide, and we should better talk about my plans. Patrick, yeah, thank you. So what are my plans? First of all, I divided my plans into 2 main categories. Well, first one, what would be in the center of my attention for the upcoming mandate? And the second one, the special things I would like to change or improve. So brace yourself, you can get easily lost in this. So first things first, the things which would be in the center of my attention if I would be a president are once again divided into 4 categories. We can go to the next slide where you can see the first category. Yeah, what would be in the center of my attention? I'm sorry. Yeah, now we can see the first category, which are active members. I divided it again, and well, hopefully I divided it into 3 categories, depending on the evolving pandemic situation. If the situation is badly avoiding, you can see it on the left, and to the right you can see the promising or half promising pandemic situation. I already wrote everything to my candidacy. I hope you read it. So we can go to the next slide. I'm just repeating what are my plans, but you could have already read it in my candidacy, in my application form. So let's get started with the second category. I divided the situation about Erasmus students into the same 3 categories. You can see it's written there. I already mentioned it, so I will continue to the next slide where we can see another category, which is called network. And this one is interesting because I'm talking here about our friends from Brno United and the good relationships I would like to work on, not only maintain. I would like to work on. I would like to find ways how to improve it even more, by organizing more of a smaller events together. I have to mention also the importance of national assemblies and the participation on these events, which would be my priority as well. And by participation, I mean active participation, and also last but not least, I would like to work on development of our new cooperation with ESN Turan. And I see a big opportunity to share skills and to simply just have fun on this level too. So we can go to the last category from the first category, you know. I call this category internal affairs. Firstly, cooperation with the university. It cannot be forgotten. I would like to work on keeping the trust from this side as well. Secondly, the future board, which would be paradoxically be always first for me, but it would be in the first place for me. I would like to keep motivation and peaceful atmosphere among board members. The first of all, then I would like to also mention thing about Panda Point. I would like to work on recovering this place. Also about setting the recruitment campaign, which can be also done by online or offline, depending on the situation. We can go to the next slides because time is running so fast, and we can talk about the special things I would like to change or improve. So we can go to the next slide where we can see the first special thing, and it's causes of ESN. My biggest motivation to do all of this, unfortunately not only mine, is the way how to pay attention to causes of ESN. We already started by sharing campaign on social media sites, as you can see on your screen, but that's simply not enough. And by approval of causes manager position, we have another great opportunity to work more and to do much more for members and for Erasmus students, mainly for Erasmus students at the same time. And like by more, I mean like more of the events with the added value, which is very important in the future of ESN. We can go to the next slide, and this is last thing, I promise. And that's the way I would like to improve the self-development in our section. I would like to, as I wrote it down also here and in my candidacy, I would like to arouse awareness about what can ESN give to its members. It's about fun. It's mainly about fun, but what can ESN give you? Like, I would like to keep the English language as the main ESN VUT language. It's great opportunity for the members to improve their skills. I would like to also attract the international students to join us because it can give a lot to them and also to us. We can learn from each other, and I would like to also share the opportunities ESN Brno Academy offers or other ESN organized workshops. We organize a lot of workshops. I would like to maintain this thing, and yeah, that's probably it. And we can go to the last slide. Yeah, this nice picture. You know, 2 weeks ago, I participated at the same week in the CM community call in National Assembly, and then on Sunday we had this wonderful barbecue, and it gave me so much motivation to do all of this. I see new beginnings in front of us, and I'm so excited about what's going on. And I told myself I want to be part of this in the future, in the upcoming year. So we can go to the next and last slide finally. This is all from my side, and thank you for your attention, and it will be my pleasure to answer all of your questions.
Thank you very much, Macho. Now I would like to give the word to Maruška, who will be moderating our discussion. And yes, of course, virtual applause to Macho's presentation. Thank you. And now it's time to repeat the rules about the question round. there is a Slido where you can put your questions. The link is in the chat here on Jitsi, so you can open it right away and type there your questions still. And Maruška will be reading the questions and moderating the discussion. So I think there is no more need for the explanation, and we can go to the questions.
Okay, hello once again, everyone. I will start by reading the questions that are already on Slido, and if you think of any others, just put them there. Please don't forget to write your name so that we can use it also for the minutes. So the first question for Maťo is from me. How would you cope with the incomplete board? Do you think you'll be able to maintain the quality of content VUT provides the Erasmus students with?
Thank you for this question, Maruška. I mentioned already in my application form that I will put all of my energy to find other members to the board. I think we have to set the recruitment campaign. We have a lot of wonderful members, but it's great if we would have more wonderful members, and that's why I will put all my energy to find new board members to the vacancies, and if I think that I will be able to maintain the quality of content, well, I don't think it's possible when there's only 3 of us to maintain the same level, but we will be definitely trying. If we want to find other members to the vacancies, we will be definitely trying. I hope we all, because I see the candidates, and I hope we all will be elected, and I would like to work with these people, and they're so skillful, and they can give to the board and to the ESN and to me so much, and I think together we would definitely do it somehow. But once again, I want to repeat that I will put all my energy to finding new members of board.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question is also from me. In your candidacy, you talk about participating in national assemblies. Do you also plan on being active in Prezi, Vice Prezi community, for example, calls?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Once again, thank you for this question. Definitely, I want to be active on these calls. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this. It's very important, but I was writing something about, and I'm sure about it, that I want our voice to be heard out, and I think it's always important to say our opinion on a national level too. So.
Okay, thank you.
Is this sufficient for you? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
The next question is from Vojta. Bartoška, what are your plans with alumni community?
Thank you. I don't know if I can tell already, but we are planning big, like giant event for alumni. Not only for alumni community, but we would like to invite all of the alumni, and I think that's an opportunity for me to find new contacts and to know each other better. And I would be so glad if we could always invite alumni members to our team buildings, and if we could. I don't know. I don't want to say use them, but if they could organize some workshop for us, because they are also very skillful and they can share their skills among our members, and it would be very nice if we have this kind of relationships together.
Okay, thank you. The next question is from Michal Miška. What is one thing you feel like works very well in the section right now and you would like to keep it that way?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Michal. What is one thing I feel like works very well is cooperation among the members of board, which is very nice. I like this. How does it work that we are communicating and we don't need to ask like the president what to do, and this thing was working in my first mandate and also in the second mandate. I like how this works, and I don't remember. I just lost the other half of the question now. I'm sorry. What was it?
Yeah, it was just one question. It was like, what is the one thing you feel like works in the section now and you would like to keep?
Yeah, now I can say that I would like to keep it. This is the thing I would like to keep. Also, we did many good things like ESN Academy. That's a wonderful idea. I would like to keep, as I already mentioned, I would like to keep good relationships with Brno United, and these are the things I would like to definitely keep the way they are.
Okay, thank you. And there is another question from Michal Miška. Where do you see the biggest potential to improve in the section?
Definitely the COSIS events and the program of, as I mentioned in my application form, I would like to keep the program of events and campaign on each, like the ESN days of, like when we have education and skills or I don't know, environment. We have to organize these days when we have ESN days of environment. I don't know how to call it right now, but when during these days we should organize more events about this topic, and we should share more of the content on our media sites about this topic as well. So this is what I would like to work on.
Yeah, that sounds nice, but I actually think that during our last mandate, we actually did a lot more than before. So
yeah, definitely, definitely, I agree. But there's still a lot of work in front of us.
Sure. So let's go to the next question. That is also by Michal Miška. What do you think about organizing some national event? Do you think we are capable of that? Do you think it would be profitable for our section?
Profitable. I hope it's not financially profitable. Well, I think I thought about it, and I think together with our friends from Brno United, we would be able to organize such an event. And I think I always invite the opportunity you had during National Assembly at Zubří, because I wasn't there, and I was always like, I wanted to be there, but I wasn't, and I would like to not only for me to be there, but also for all of our members to have a chance to not only organize it, but to participate in such an event.
That sounds nice. Thank you. Another question, and we are kind of getting to the end. So if you have any more questions for Maťo, please write them down now. Another one is from Patrik Begaň. What do you think the position of president will give you in your personal life?
I was always interested in managing people, and I think I think I can learn a lot about this, and I can see all the former presidents. They are like the whole different people after. I didn't know all of them before the mandate, but I think now they're like so much more self-confident, and I think I would be more self-confident also in speaking English and presenting in English too.
Okay, and the last question so far is from Angelka. Thanks for a lovely presentation. My question is, what are the 3 strengths you look for in a leader that you can also offer to the members?
Yeah, you mean like my strengths?
Like that you possess, probably?
Okay, well, first of all, if I can speak about like evaluate myself, or I don't know how to say it, I would say that I know how and when. It's 2 things already: how and when to be a leader when my team needs me, and I know how to motivate my team, as I did it during my mandate as a communication manager, where I kind of find a way how to create a communication team, and I found a way how to keep the motivation among members in my communication team.
Okay, thank you. And we have the last question from Vojta. During our last mandate, we were a bit struggling with participating of new members in our events. There wasn't that much work in online world, and also for some of them it wasn't interesting. Do you consider to try mentoring system for new members? What can improve this? Or do you have some other idea?
Yeah, I was thinking, and I already wrote it in my I've already written it in my my application form, that I would like to work on a system where board members and other members who are with us for a longer time could like speak to new members during the online world one-to-one, because we had one-to-one calls with Vojta. We had one-to-one calls among board members, and it always gave me a lot of motivation, and I think it can work also on this level. And I was trying to do it when I was a communication manager during my last mandate. I was trying to call to my team members and call with them one-to-one to speak not only about ESN, but to also speak about their life, their school, and I think the cooperation went even better after these calls. So this is how I would like to keep the new members motivated during the online work, because it's different when we are offline.
Okay, thank you. And actually, Patrick has a last question. So I will probably let him speak up.
Yes, thank you, Maruško. And I have following up a question to the question before this last one. And you partially covered it, but you mentioned that you found a way or build a system how to keep people in your communication team motivated. So I would like to ask you whether you would be willing to share part of this system or some tips, or how would you like to implement these tactics in the case you would be elected as a president?
Yeah, as I said, I already covered it, because I was saying that we were calling to each other one-to-one, and I was always trying to contact them personally. We had the group where we shared our ideas, where I was sharing what we have to do, but I was always contacting him personally, and and it gave them, I hope for that, but it gave them a feeling of that I actually care about them, that I care about what they do, and I care about if they do what they promised to do. So this is how we were working, and I think it could also work now. And I hope this is sufficient for you, or what would you like to hear?
Yes, thank you for the further explanation.
Thank you.
Okay, so by this, all the questions that have been asked were answered. So I think that we can proceed with the next candidacy.
Thank you, Marufko, for the managing of the discussion. And as you mentioned, we will proceed with the next candidate, which will be, or who will be, Hanka Halova, and she's candidating for the position of the COSIS manager, which is the new position, as you know, from the first part of the election. So Hanka, from now on, I will be presenting your presentation, and you can speak up.
Thank you, Pacho. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all can hear me, so we can start. Many of you, I believe, know me in person, but for those who don't know me yet, my name is Hanna Halova, and as you know, I'm here because I want to candidate for the position of COSIS manager. For start, I want to tell you some facts about me. I'm 22 and currently finishing my bachelor's studies on fact. For my hobbies, I love spending time with my friends, but I also calm person. So I spend lots of time alone in nature or just in bed because I really love to sleep. My history in ESN, Pacho, another slide, please. Thanks. My history in ESN started actually in September 2019. The first semester, I mainly wanted to get to know the ESN, how it works, and also another members. But then I was the leader of Panda Games during Next Welcome Week, and I totally fall into ESN. I was in OC team for Krakow. I also helped with interviews and recruitments of new members. Then, with next semester, I became a courses coordinator and involved in ESN much deeper. During this time, we organized smaller courses events or even the bigger ones. It was mostly in cooperation with BU. It was, for example, Erasmus in schools or language courses. And now I want to talk about my specific goals for the position. Thanks. As many of you, I believe that we could go back to real world. So my main goal is to make offline courses events in some way as it used to be. I also want to work on raising awareness about courses because ESN, as many of people think, is not just about parties and the act, but ESN also care about nature, education, health, skills, and so on. On that, I want to cooperate with future events manager and other coordinators. As my other goal, I want to give more opportunities for physical activities, which I consider important, especially these days. But I still want to focus on all of the courses because all of them are important. I want also cooperate with communication manager because sufficient promotion of event, especially the causes event, is important. And of course, I wanted to continue to organize events in cooperation with VUT because we have really good history together. And I think that's all from me. And I'm looking forward to your questions, and thank you for your attention.
So once again, thank you, Hanko. Please virtual applause for her. And once again, Maruška will take the lead of the discussion. So it's yours, Maruško.
Thank you, Patio. So as you already know, you can keep asking on Slido. All you have to do is type in, if you haven't already, the code General Assembly VUT, and also write your name and the name of the candidate that you want to ask. Okay, so let's go for the first question. That is from me, actually. Would you like to continue the work you did as causes coordinator, or are you planning something a bit different if you're elected the causes manager?
Yes, thank you for your question. Actually, I want to do it some sort of different. In some point of view, I wanted more offline events. I hope it will be possible. And I want to be more active. I'd like to more talk to other members and students because I want to give there some space, and I want to know their opinion about our events and also their ideas on another new events.
Okay, thank you. The next question is by Vojta Bartoška. One of the ESN causes is environmental sustainability. Do you want to implement more this cause into our section? If yes, how?
Of course, I want to implement all of the courses more than previous years or even this year. I think there's important, as said Matteo before me, some informative content on social medias. And I also hope we can restore some events like and workshops and excursions.
Okay, thank you for the answer. I'm searching for the next one, which is by Michal Miška. Which of the causes is the closest one to you personally?
Can you repeat it, please?
Okay, which of the causes is closest to you personally?
Yes, yeah, thanks. I think it's hard to say, but I think that maybe culture, but also health and well-being with sports events.
Okay, thank you. The next question is also by Michal Miška. On what cause would you like to focus the most and why?
I think that I want to focus on health and well-being because there could be also sports actions covered. So, and I think that physical activities these times after offline world and being at home, it's important to give some motion and sports.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay, we have some more questions for you. The next one is by Patrick Begaň. Do you also consider a situation in which we would stay in online world? What would be your plan in that case, briefly?
If we will stay in online world, I think that our previous 2 semesters was quite really good, so I would continue in these ways.
Okay. The next question is by Lucie Kunova from ESN VUT. Thank you for a lovely presentation. Are there any local businesses or other NGOs that you would like to cooperate with regarding causes? Thank you.
So, now I really don't know.
Yeah, so do you understand the question?
Maybe yes, but if someone give me more info, I'd be lovely.
Yeah, I don't know if Lucy can speak. Maybe Lucy, if you could elaborate a bit.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, hello everyone. So the question is if you, of course, are planning to cooperate with other sections, but if there are also other like non-profit organizations or non-governmental organizations or any, like I said, businesses that you would like to, for example, when doing events, that you would like to cooperate with. Is that correct?
I believe we can cooperate with some other businesses or something like that. For example, I think that we cooperate with Trash Hero for collecting trash, and we also I don't know. But yes, I want to cooperate, but I don't have something specific in mind right now. But I opened up to your idea.
Yes, for just I'm sorry, but I had quite a bad connection right now, so maybe I didn't hear the whole answer from Hanka. But like, for example, just so you understand, Hanka, what, for example, I had in mind when I read the question was when we were planning maybe like some healthy cooking for the Erasmus students, and we were actually planning to hire a cook for this. So I guess that this could be an example, just so you understand. Okay, I believe that we have a last question from Petya, ESN VUT Brno. Since this is a completely new position, do you know how to ask or where to look for if you don't know what to do or need help?
Yes, thank you for your question. I think that for some questions, I can turn to other courses coordinators in each section in Czech Republic. There's, I think, every month a call where we can ask and talk with other coordinators, so we can share our experiences and also want to ask if we don't know something. But I also want to ask our previous events manager because he has some experiences with courses before me.
Okay, thank you. And this was actually the last question for you. So we are done with the question round.
Thank you.
Thank you for your amazing questions. Virtual applause to Hanka and to all of you who asked some questions. And let's now move on with our last candidate. This candidate we know very well in the last semesters. and it's Joe Kolar, and he will be candidating for the position of events manager. So the same as before, I will be presenting your presentation, and Joe, the word is yours.
Okay, Patrick, thank you for the word. Well, hello everyone. Since I'm the newest member of the ESN, I would like to introduce myself. So next slide, please. Since I haven't met like most of you in person, only in the online world. So I'm 24 years old IT guy studying currently the Faculty of Information Technologies in my fifth year in Masters. And I really into photographing and into orienteering, like, you know, it's running through the forest. And I'm vegan, yeah, I need to mention it. And also I'm organizer of the Summer Cup for Children, so that's my passion during my rest of the time. Next slide. And what is my ESN experiences? Well, when I was on my Erasmus, I was attending a lot of ESN events in Latvia, and there I met a lot of people from the ESN, from the section ESN Riga. And after the first semester, I decided to join these team of people, this section, and I was making for them photos from all the organizing events. So from the Welcome Week, and I was also organizing committee for some events. And for the second semester, I was also buddy on my Erasmus during the second semester. Next slide. And when I came home, well, I was totally sure I need to join the ESN section of my home university. That's like our section. And a few weeks after I joined the ESN section of VUT Brno, I became a knowledge manager. So I was attending all the meetings, all the general meetings and board meetings, and also I was servicing our wiki or the shared Google Drive. And since we did have some offline events, I also proposed myself to be a photographer on these events. So I became on newly restored position of multimedia manager, like with the cooperation of communication team and communication manager. And since we went to the online world, I decided, or I proposed to organize the presentations of nations online. So I was the guy who was streaming the event, who was streaming the streams, like from the presentations. Also, I was proposing all the graphics and also how to make it to have it working. And with Martina Hasníková as a second event leader, we organized quiz nights. That was like series of 13 or 14 quiz nights. Hopefully it was the biggest event organized during the online times, and it was successful, I think, or at least from my point of view. And since I was doing all the promo stuff and these stuff on Instagram and Facebook, I became a part of the communication manager team. So I was promoting also the events to Erasmus students, and I was creating some like videos to advertise our events. And last but not least, well, since I'm the IT guy, as I told you, I took over the Fiesta development, which is our buddy system in Brno United, and also I developed PandaBot for our Discord guild to make the life on Discord easier and like more funny. Next slide, please. And what is my vision? As I wrote it in the candidacy, well, my vision is consisting from 4 points. The first one and the most important one is back to real world. Well, we need to start thinking about how we can restart our offline participating and offline events for Erasmus people. Well, I would like to say that. Yeah, we know that, or I know that the pandemic is not like that that strict, and we can we cannot know what will be in the Athenaeum, but we can start responsibly from the smaller events. Next point from my point of view is our signature events, which I can say that signature events for me is, for example, presentations of nations, like the big one, not the online one, the offline type of presentations of nations, or for example Triparty. And yeah, I know the pandemic, we still don't know what will be in the autumn, but I would like to plan all the stuff to make it possible to organize it. The third point, the most tough one and most controversial one, no more party section. Well, when I applied or when I joined our section, well, I heard some voices that, well, we used to be, or we were a party section. Well, what is it, the party section? So it's tough to define it or to describe it, but I propose to be more careful about how we are building and promoting events. So I would like to not to promote events like it's the biggest party and a lot of alcohol, all the stuff. But in the cooperation with Causes Manager, I would like to present our events not as parties, but as a more like causes-oriented events. And the last point, from my point of view, it's Brno United Sports. As it's written in my candidacy, I would like to make a new series of events, and which is long-term periodic events oriented on sports. So we can have it in connection with ESN causes, especially the health and well-being. So, for example, Run for Friendship or football or volleyball matches / tournaments, since the Erasmus Cup like a month ago or 3 weeks ago was successful event from my point of view. And next slide. Thank you for your attention, and I'm really looking forward to your questions.
Thank you very much, Joe. Please give him a virtual applause. And I would like to ask the third time Marushka to take care of our questions and discussions. So Marushka, let's go.
Okay, so last questions to be asked. Once again, Slido, so you can ask there. And I will start right off with a question from me. In your candidacy, you mentioned sports events that could be considered causes events. How would you like to cooperate with the causes manager on that?
Thank you for the question, Marushka. Well, as I mentioned, health and well-being is one part of the ESN causes, and from my point of view, sports could be included in this point. And how we can cooperate with causes manager? Well, I would propose the division to two parts. First part is like the hard organizing of the event, like decision of the place, decision of the date, and all the stuff, how to price, how to like get the money for it, and all the stuff. And the second part is the promoting the event and also describing the advantages of the event. So the first part, the hard part, will be for the events manager, for me, and the second part for the causes manager. So causes manager will decide how to describe the advantages of this specific event to Erasmus people, and how rewarding this kind of sports could be.
Okay, thank you. Next question is, okay, just a moment, from Vojta Bartoška. You didn't mention that in your candidacy, but if situation allows it, do you want to continue with organizing larger trips, for example, Budapest trip?
Vojta, thank you for the question. Well, still our government gives us the measures not so like fluently and not so in like good way or great way. So I would like to, well, it's tough decision, but from my point of view, I don't want to exceed the measures or cross the line with the measures. So yeah, like going abroad with a lot of students could be a lot of bureaucracy, like COVID passes and all the stuff. Like talking about it is really hard. And but I would like to organize them at least not in the way as the party trip, but at least in the way of like 1 or 2 evenings of the trips could be determined for theater or observatory or something like that. Not all the evenings as the party and clubs.
Wow, that actually sounds really nice. I like that. Okay. So the next question is from Michal Miška. In your candidacy, you mentioned that you would like to organize various small events based on the wishes of the students. How would you like to accomplish that?
Michal, thank you for the question. Well, during both like COVID semester, the last 2 months, I have been in contact with in contact with a lot of Erasmus students, like in personal contact. Sorry for that, but like with all the measures like accomplished, and I was discussing with them like the ESN events, if they are enjoying it and if they are like attending them. And well, they proposed me not a lot of, but like some of the events or some of the ideas they would like to attend. So based on this experience, I can continue in being in contact with these with Erasmus people and asking them for their wishes. And for example, last semester or last 2 semesters, we had here Julia from ESN Toruń, and she is also Erasmus student, and she was organizing the cleanup events, like 2 cleanup events. So in my point of view, that's like our possible way how to make events more suitable for the Erasmus students. For example, ask the ESNers from Erasmus students if there are some, and make the events more familiar for the Erasmus students.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is from Mariana Brajdic from ESN VUT Brno. In your candidacy, you are mentioning Brno United cooperation. Are there some activities or events besides sports events which you'd like to add or remove?
Well, thank you, Marianka, for the question. Well, during the last semester, we had together, I think it was quiz night, like Brno United, sorry, the ESN Beauty and ESN Money, and I think that's the possible way how we can like create events. Some of them could be like joined to have it like together in Brno United. So besides the sports events, I would propose some educative and more targeted events like workshops and all these kind of events.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is by Matej Pernoga. Say one thing you are worried about if you would become an events manager.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Matthew, for the question. One thing you are worried about? And when I'm worrying about the small attendance on our events. So let me explain it. After we invest a lot of work into preparing the events, the small or not zero, but small count of people will come. So that is the biggest fear of the becoming events manager.
So hopefully that won't happen. So the next question is by Vojta Bartoška. What do you think we can improve on the way how we organize events to do them even better and more attractive?
Thank you, Vojta, for the question. Well, the answer is not that difficult for me. Well, I would propose I should no, I would propose the more, how to say it, more describing, promoting of our promotion of our events. So the people from the Erasmus students can know like how the about what the event specifically will be. Not only the like the we always promoting the events like with one paragraph of text and when and where to came to attend this event. But from my point of view, it's not that great. I would propose more like describing way what will be in the event, like specifically, well, okay, we start here and we will go there and all the stuff, more describing way.
Okay, but isn't that more like a part of communication manager job?
Well, since I have experiences from the communication team, and the communication team is just the receiver of the descriptions, no, like the text for the events from the events team or the events manager team. So that's yeah, definitely that's like half of the work is for the communication manager or communication team, but like the main source of the information is from the events team, so from the events manager.
Okay. The next question is also from Vojta Bartoška. Are you interested in making our events more eco-friendly in cooperation with Causes Manager? If yes, how?
Thank you for the question. Well, eco-friendly. Well, since I'm vegan, I would propose vegan cuisine for all of our events. But eco-friendly, well, I would say, well, generally I would say yes, but not. Well, I do not have any specific idea how to make our events more eco-friendly. Well, what came to my mind, it is the registration on the papers in Panda Point, but it's like 2 papers. But yeah, we can start from it, move our registration forms from the paperwork to the digital one.
So that would also be like Industry 4.0. That sounds cool. Okay, thank you for the answer. So the next question is from, once again, Marianka Brajdic from ESN VUT Brno. Aren't you afraid if you present big parties more as Causes events that less people would join?
Thank you, Marianka, for this for the question. Well, I don't think that's it's a binary decision. It's like more fluent decision between the world of like presenting it as a big party and the world of presenting it as a Causes event. And I would like to like choose the right ratio between these two worlds, like making it like friendly and attractive as a party, but still in the compliant way with the ESN Causes. So I don't think it's a like binary decision, Causes event or party event. But from my point of view, I'm not afraid of like that. I'm not afraid that less people would join this kind of events, but it depends on our way or our method how we are presenting them.
Okay, thank you. And we have 3 last questions. So if you have any other questions, please type them in. And the next one is from Patrick Begaň. With your vision of no more party section, how you thought of events like Tram Party and what would be your approach to promote such events?
Thank you, Patja, for the question. Well, Tram Party is our signature event, if I can say it like this. But, well, the promotion of this kind of events is hard and difficult to not make it is the biggest party, as I already told you. But since that's tram party, it's like going with tram through the Brno to all the terminus stops, and not all of them, but like part of them. Well, and in that case, I think we can promote it like a journey or sightseeing tour to the Brno with party in the tram. You know, it's not tram party. It's like sightseeing ride with tram or in tram to the Brno, and with some beer included in the tram.
That sounds nice. Okay, so next question is from Vojta Bartoška. What will be your strategy in searching events leaders? Do you have any ideas how to improve it?
Thank you for the question. Well, the strategy will be based on our cooperation with future board member of the HR, but well, I will base it on our like current way or current situation in searching of the event leaders, like promoting the events on general meetings and also open calls on our Facebook page. But well, since I'm extrovert people and I would like to talk with people, I don't mind like asking people for becoming event leaders, and not like to pushing to them to become event leader, but yeah, I will be pushing them to be event leaders.
Okay. And we have the next question, and we are actually out of time, so please, if you could keep it brief. The last question is from Vojta Bartoška. Talking about promotion, do you consider making our events public with promotion on our official page? Do you think it can help to reach more students?
Thank you for the question. Well, since I was talking about my experiences from the ESN Riga, and ESN Riga has this kind of promotion, like public events on their public Facebook page, and all the time, and I'm in the ESN VUT Brno, I was struggling with it, that we are like promoting only to the Erasmus group, or the Erasmus group of students. Well, so in the cooperation with the upcoming communication manager, I would like to have the events as a public, but restricted in the description, like this kind of event or this specific event is only for the BUT students or BUT Erasmus students. And in my point of view, it will reach more students, because like all the magic around the Facebook, like propagating to the wall, and all the events and all the posts, we are overwhelmed by all the like events, invitations, and all the stuff. But from my point of view of like IT guy, I would like to have them as a public.
Okay, thank you for the last answer. There are no more questions, so I think that we can finish with the last question round of tonight.
Thank you very much. Virtual applause to Joe and his answers, and to all of you who put some question on the Slido. And now I would kindly ask our candidates to disconnect from this call, because what comes next is the discussion without the candidate. So this discussion will be led again by Maruška, and Joe, Hanka, and Maťo will be informed when it is done. And I think they already left. You can check with me.
I'm not sure that. Yeah. Okay. Now.
Okay. Once more for the record. Thanks, Maruška, for the leading of the discussion. And we are going back to English. And, what is the last thing which is ahead of us is the voting itself. So I just want to make sure that everybody who is supposed to be here is here. Is there Macho? Oh, I can see you. So welcome, our dear candidates. Welcome back. And now I would like to ask again our election commission, Adele and Petju, for explaining probably the third time how these votings will be held, and to send the emails and do everything around so you can speak.
Okay, so this time it will be the same as the last time, but you will receive 3 different emails. So go check them out. Again, you will have the link and you can vote for yes, no, or abstain. And if you have a delegated vote, check your other email as well. And if you have any problems, let us know. And yeah, then we will present the results.
I just want to mention, I don't know if it was said, but it sometimes happens when the title is the same that Google puts the emails together. So just look, if you got just one email, maybe there are 3 emails in one. It happens sometimes, so you know. And yeah, everything is ready, so I'm sending the emails. I set the timer to start at 35, so it should be open now. And you have 10 minutes.
Oh, that was a bit messy. I've received like 6 emails, and after the results and the announcement of results, we will take picture together. So you can already start shining up your cameras and fixing up your hairstyles to look perfectly well for our picture together. Still 5 minutes to vote. And while this time passes, we can briefly interview our candidates. So, Matthew, how do you feel about the results?
I don't know. We will see.
And Petja is writing that results are ready. So let's see, as Matthew said. And Petja, you can share the presentation.
I think the people who voted already can see, so it's not so much of a surprise, but I will do it. So the first question was if you vote Matej Pernoga to be elected to the position of president in the ESN VUT Brno. And the results are 15 for yes, 2 votes for no, and 1 abstain. Okay. The other, I don't know who was the other. Causes manager, I think. So, yes. So Anka Halova was voted as a causes manager with votes 18 for yes, 0 for no, and 0 for abstain. And for event manager, the results are 16 votes for yes, 1 for no, and 1 for abstain. So congratulations to all of the candidates who were voted for their positions.
Yeah, big virtual applause to all our candidates. Congratulations.
Oh, I wasn't sharing. I'm sorry. Okay.
I think it never minds because we could hear, and I just repeat that all our candidates have been successfully elected. So congratulations. Seems like we have a new board in ESN VUT Brno, at least part of it. And now, as I promised, let's take a picture together. So one more time, I would like to ask everybody to turn on his or her camera, shine up your faces, put on some smile, and I will make some pictures, some screenshots, but also Joshko can make some, so we will be sure to have the best of everybody. We're still missing 3 people. So should we wait for you, or you prefer not to be on the picture? Oh, hello. Hello, Mrs. Andrea. How about Jirka Soukup? and Lucy.
Do you see me now?
I cannot see you. I don't know how about the others.
I'll try to figure it out.
I wasn't sure if you want me to imposter on your group photo.
I'm here, I hope.
Show your nice faces.
Yes, so finally everybody can be seen. No, now I lost Hanka. Okay, never mind. I will be just taking pictures, and so we have at least something. Maybe someone can assist me as well. So we will have a lot of pictures. And hopefully this will be one of the last opportunities to take screenshots. And next time we will take the real picture with the real camera and all together in one room. Okay, I think we got it. Yay. And now, so this was all of the official part from our election, and I would like to ask Vojta to just say a couple of closing words.
Thank you, Paťo. So, hooray. I would like to congratulate the new board, and I have my fingers crossed for them. And also, I wish them to fulfill the open position in board during next assembly at the beginning of next semester. And I also would like to thank all of you for joining this General Assembly. And I want to thank you, my board. They all helped me with that, with organization and so on. And thanks especially to Tereska for making minutes, and to Petya and Hurti for helping us as election committee. And yeah, that's it. Just let's join us tomorrow. We are starting at 5, and we will celebrate it in person during the barbecue. So that's it. Okay, so bye-bye and have a nice evening.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Congratulations and see you.